Starbucks encountered a challenging situation recently when one of its New York stores was targeted with pro-Palestinian graffiti. Shortly after, another store just 8 blocks away witnessed a confrontation with a customer accusing the brand of being anti-Israel. These events marked a difficult period for the world's largest coffee company. Amid the holiday season, Starbucks found itself managing not only the complexities of global geopolitics, specifically Israel's actions in Gaza, but also internal challenges related to unionization efforts. The Seattle-based coffee giant hasn't publicly disclosed the impact on its sales yet, with the next quarterly report set for February. However, preliminary signs suggest that Starbucks might be experiencing difficulties. According to insights from JP Morgan analyst John Ivanko, holiday sales seem to be slower than fall promotions, leading to a revision of the U.S. sales forecast for Starbucks' fiscal first quarter. This adjustment had tangible effects as Starbucks' share price experienced a decline. Beyond the numerical aspect, videos circulating online depict protests and deserted stores in various locations, such as the UK, Australia, the United Arab Emirates, and more. Starbucks is facing substantial boycotts in Muslim nations including Turkey, Egypt, Pakistan, Jordan, and Indonesia. Now let's cut through the noise and explore the real question. Is Starbucks genuinely pro-Israel, or does it stand for humanity, as asserted by CEO Laxman Narasimhan? To answer this, we must closely examine Starbucks' ownership, investments, and broader economic engagements. Starbucks, a global coffee giant with an extensive presence, often finds itself under scrutiny for its potential ties to geopolitical issues, including its connection to Israel. Join us as we navigate through the intricacies of Starbucks' stance on Israel. Hold on to your mugs, because one major piece of the puzzle is none other than Howard Schultz, Starbucks' biggest private shareholder. Schultz is no stranger to the limelight, especially for being a vocal supporter of Zionism. That's right, he's all in for backing Israel's economy. But hold on, because there's more. Schultz recently shook things up with a whopping $1.7 billion investment in an Israeli cybersecurity startup named Wiz. Now, that's not just some spare change, it's a bold move signaling support for Israel's economic growth and technological strides. Now, what's the scoop for Starbucks in all of this? Could there be an indirect alignment with Israeli interests? Here's an interesting twist. The coffee giant has found itself in the crossfire of boycotts and harassment, not just from critics, but also from supporters of Israel. The heat from both ends, including the surge of thousands of #boycott Starbucks posts on TikTok, stems from an ongoing clash between Starbucks and the union working to organize its employees. Despite both the union and the company opting not to comment on the matter, the history of the labor dispute and the activism from both sides of the Middle East conflict have been extensively covered. It's worth noting that Starbucks at various times has denounced all acts of hate, terrorism, and violence. The movement known as Starbucks Workers United has successfully unionized 370 Starbucks stores, yet they've hit a roadblock in reaching agreements on contracts. The unrest has escalated, with workers staging walkouts, the union urging consumers to avoid purchasing Starbucks gift cards, and federal judges determining that Starbucks is guilty of over 330 violations of federal labor law. These violations include firings, threats, store closures, and a refusal to engage in bargaining. The situation is undeniably complex and has far-reaching implications for both Starbucks and its workforce. Starbucks seems to have faced some internal challenges, partly due to its own actions. On October 9th, following attacks by Hamas in Israel On October 7th, an unauthorized "Solidarity with Palestine" post appeared on the union's account on the social media platform X. Although deleted within 40 minutes, the post lingered in reposts on other platforms. Things escalated when, on October 18th, Starbucks took legal action against the union in federal court, citing trademark infringement. Starbucks claimed that the union's use of its name and logo, albeit with a green circle similar to Starbucks' symbol, was misleading. The union's logo features a fisted hand holding a coffee cup, while Starbucks' logo represents a two-tailed sea siren. Interestingly, Starbucks could have pursued legal action based on the brand resemblance when the union began organizing in 2021, but chose to act after the pro-Palestinian message incident. Starbucks stated its disagreement with the views expressed by Workers United and argued that consumers were erroneously linking those views to the company due to the similarity in the union's name and logo. In response, the union countered with the argument that unions often take the name of the company whose workers they represent. The union president, Lynn Fox, accused Starbucks of exploiting the Middle East tragedy to reinforce an anti-union campaign. The situation reflects a complex legal and public relations battle between Starbucks and its union. So, the union drops a pro-Palestinian tweet and all hell breaks loose. U.S. Senator Rick Scott and Florida State Representative Randy Fine hit the boycott button, with Fine going as far as saying, "If you go to Starbucks, you are supporting killing Jews." Talk about intense. But wait, it gets crazier. The Orthodox Jewish Chamber of Commerce jumps in, claiming that sipping Starbucks is like sipping Jewish blood. They even allege that Howard Schultz himself handed them a list of unionized stores to boycott. Plot twist. The union files a complaint accusing Starbucks of organizing a boycott of its own stores. Starbucks, of course, denies it all, but the Orthodox Chamber eventually calls off the boycott. Now, the ProIsrael Campaign hits Starbucks hard. Customers are going all hard on workers, and the company's Rhode Island store faces vandalism with Stars of David and a swastika. And guess what? Howard Schultz, the man himself, isn't saying a word. Flashback to the late 90s when Schultz was hailed for promoting U.S.-Israel relations, and in 2001, Starbucks tried setting up shop in Israel but closed down, citing operational challenges. What really went down? Well, some say it clashed with local coffee culture, while others think Starbucks didn't want to rock the boat in Muslim countries. Fox, the union president and daughter of a Holocaust survivor, is bringing a personal touch to the fight against Starbucks. Her father, a survivor of concentration camps, later worked as a tailor with the Amalgamated Clothing Workers of America in the U.S. In a powerful op-ed, Fox shared her shock and deep hurt when Starbucks, the world's largest coffee company, launched a series of attacks on her and over 9,000 Starbucks workers who voted to join a union. They were accused of supporting terrorism, hate, and violence. Now that's heavy. While Starbucks reported record sales in the quarter ending October 1st, the tides shifted post-Oct 7. Bloomberg reported a nearly $11 billion drop in Starbucks market value leading up to the holiday season, with its stock price plummeting to around $1.95 per share this week, down 25% from its 5-year high in 2021. Starbucks CEO Laxman Narasimhan chimed in with an end-of-year letter, but here's the kicker: it might not satisfy everyone. He condemned violence, hate, and weaponized speech, acknowledging that escalating protests led to vandalism at many stores. Narasimhan claimed that protesters were influenced by social media misrepresentation of what Starbucks stands for. His wrap-up: "Our stance is clear. We stand for humanity." The coffee giant finds itself in the midst of various challenges, grappling with intense boycotts, legal battles, personal narratives, and significant drops in market value. It's truly been a rollercoaster ride in the world of coffee. The big question remains, can Starbucks overcome these hurdles to regain its momentum, or is this just the opening chapter of a new saga? The unfolding drama has us on the edge of our seats, and rest assured, we'll be here to uncover every twist and turn. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and be part of the conversation in our upcoming episodes. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, we'll catch you on the flip side.